Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to give you an update. We are not too far from the entrance to Cleveland Police Headquarters. You can see now, last time we spoke, we showed you the Cleveland Police Cruiser's on fire. Now there's a minivan completely in flames just outside Police Headquarters. There is a smashed Cleveland Police Cruiser just in front of that. I have seen some objects thrown toward police that are guarding the entrance to the headquarters. Again, the flashbangs, the tear gas, the projectiles from police continue at this hour. Again, a lot of what we've been seeing over the last few hours. So we again will stay on top of it both on air and online. Once again, live downtown Cleveland, Jim Nelson, 19 News. Perhaps the unlikeliest of winners when this all started, when that crowded field of candidates started to take shape. We had a former mayor. We had former council members. We had some of the biggest names in Cleveland politics. Yet the winner, at the end of it all, is the guy very few had ever heard of. Now the entire city and beyond knows the name, Justin Bibb, the next mayor of Cleveland. I'm Jim Nelson in Elyria. A crumbling, collapsing building in the thick of downtown is causing concern to people who live here. This building, the old Uncle Vic's nightclub, recently caught fire, but it has stuck like this ever since. Looks like it's in the middle of a war zone. While we took the concern straight to the city, they say it was an EPA issue to make sure it was safe to take down. That is going to happen within the next few days, they insist, only after our questioning. 19 News has obtained stacks of district records, personnel files, and emails. We discovered the parents, just months after the alleged encounter, did share with the principal that their son was hurt. It's been 4 years since the team has won a division title. Let's listen to that chant. I think we're picking up a chant in the background.
Here we go, Guardians! Here we go! Yeah. Here we go, Guardians! Here we go!
Things are really starting to sink in for people here. We actually talked to the folks who live in this home yesterday, and they were more taken aback by this situation, really hit by the initial shock of the storm and the aftermath. Look at their yard as it stands now. Well, in talking to people today, they're starting and trying to move through the pain and destruction to move forward. Did you guys see anything that might help in the investigation in there?
We do believe there's evidence in the vehicles, yes. That's why we're bringing them back to the police department to have a better contained area to process them.
What type of evidence might be in there?
Notes and other things that people brought.
This is a very slow process, Tiffany, and we expect that to continue. The good news is the plows are out. We know that because we've seen them. The bad news, there's just simply so much ground to cover. Now, here in downtown Cleveland, you look around, plows have come through, but it is still a mess. But this is hardly nothing compared to some parts of the city. Michelle, what a range of emotions tonight. Excited, nervous. That's playoff baseball. We've just confirmed with his agent that he does not have any broken bones and could be out of the hospital tonight. The Browns tell us that he crashed shortly after leaving the practice facility this afternoon. The good news here, and the important thing, is that Garrett and his female passenger both survived. When you see his car, it's pretty clear this was a serious situation. A somber live look at the scene right now. Good evening, I'm Jim Nelson. The crime tape still up at Giant Eagle in North Olmsted, the site of that terrible tragedy. Again, this investigation still very early. All we know is that one man is dead, shot on an RTA bus. The health line critical to a lot of people in this area of Cleveland. Chris, we are right along the Lakewood-Rocky River border, just over Interstate 90, where the westbound lanes are now closed because of major flooding on the freeway. I'm going to step out of the way. Again, take a look. You're looking toward the city of Lakewood. These are the westbound lanes there on the left. All of those emergency lights blocking traffic because in front of all that traffic is just a sea of water. It's hard to see, but from my count, I can see 3 vehicles up to at least the headlights, at least on the smaller car, that are trapped in the water. The SUV's obviously not quite as high up there, but from my count, what I can see, and it is dark in this area, 3 vehicles appear to be trapped out there right now. Obviously, the westbound lanes, as I mentioned, are completely blocked. The eastbound lanes, not much better. Traffic is moving, but you can see that it's all over to the right side, that far right lane, because most of the other lanes are impassable because of all that water. I want to show for you some video that we shot just a short time ago. Lakewood Fire and other rescue crews out in that water, literally going up to those vehicles that were trapped with inflatable life rafts. I don't know if they reached anyone, if there was anybody in the vehicles, or if they were simply checking on them. But that's how dire, how serious this situation is, that rescue crews had to have inflatable life rafts on Interstate 90 just to get through that water to make sure everyone's okay. We have not heard yet if anybody had to be rescued. Of course, we'll continue to follow up on that. Back out here live again, we are on the border of Lakewood and Rocky River. We're looking toward Lakewood behind me, where the westbound lanes of I-90 are completely shut down beyond Hilliard. Best bet, stay away from the freeway or really any roadway outside right now, because many of them, even at the city level, are almost impassable. Live at the Lakewood Rocky River border, Jim Nelson, 19 News.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see it in that video that it first started to come off in chunks, but it is virtually all off of that structure at this point. Most of that roof now this mangled mess that you see behind me. This was a weak tornado as far as tornadoes go, but one that certainly left its mark. Terrifying video as a storm rolls in. Those are pieces of roof being dragged into a heaping pile of debris. 2x4s impaling the ground. Parked cars buried beneath whatever flew their way.
Yeah, pretty normal day until it wasn't.
Until a tornado tore through.
Basically a black wall coming towards us. We looked out, we were kind of watching it, and the trees were pretty much laying over. We then saw parts of the roof flying out over our building.
Dustin Maddox works in this industrial park in Eaton Township, just off Route 82 in Lorain County. It was brief, not overly mighty in meteorological terms. Didn't have to be. Just look at what it did. 19 News obtained this security footage from the business next door. You see that roof zip right over an occupied pickup truck. And this from ground level. The damage is impressive. The window of that van blown out. This door, too. But this storm's legacy will be this.
When I came around the corner, I saw the roof gone on the building. I went, oh my gosh.
Eric here oversees these units, mostly storage. Dale Smith and his wife Grace told me their stuff is fine, maybe some water damage. Seems to be the case for most customers. A saving grace, a second layer of protection. A ceiling beneath the now stripped off roof. But as you look over the some 100-plus yard debris field, the gravity sets in.
It's just devastating. And to be so calm now, it's kind of scary.
This is the first time that we've really ever had touchdown. Thanking God that that's all that happened. Everything is safe in there.
But out here, a lot of work lies ahead. Yeah, guys, those arrests were part of a huge investigation during NBA All-Star Week. We've taken you inside the courtroom as their cases have played out. But now, for the first time, we're giving you the behind-the-scenes look at how it all went down.
Please, keep your hand. Get your hand. I'm trying to get him out.
An intense undercover operation.
He's walking down the back side of the building, white male with brown pants and a blue shirt, I think.
On this particular night, the Cuyahoga County Human Trafficking Task Force is targeting Johns, men trying to pay for sex.
81, 20, 140.
Inside a Middleburg Heights hotel, agents set up dates.
Oh, that's okay. What are you looking for, hon?
That's a cop posing as a prostitute, posting ads online. An entire team of officers from a number of agencies are positioned outside the hotel and inside a few of the rooms, communicating as the men arrive and approach the door.
I'm sorry.
Most are taken down easily, others take off.
Hold on, get back, bring it back. I got it.
You ready?
You're good.
Yep. All right.
Just take a couple breaths, please.
I'm not good.
They're all questioned and in most cases given a misdemeanor ticket.
Sir, are you feeling remorse, regret?
Yeah, I shouldn't be here. Yeah, I'm stupid.
Sir, a chance to explain yourself. You got any regrets?
Yeah, tons.
You might be wondering, where's the harm? Aside from prostitution being illegal, and that's a whole nother debate, some would certainly say no big deal. Consenting adults, right?
You understand that some girls do this and they're not doing it because they want to do it. They're forced into it. There's someone 2 rooms away that are making them do this. If there weren't customers, wouldn't be a need to do it, right?
Yes, sir.
So someone's daughter is getting exploited by people. They're just exploiting these young women.
It's terrible.
Exactly.
That's the human trafficking element. The task force comes across multiple women who they believe might be controlled by pimps through manipulation, threats, drug addiction. Detective John Morgan with the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office has seen it all.
If it wasn't for these Johns helping to perpetuate the cycle, the supply or the demand side of this, then there wouldn't be as many girls out there doing it, and it wouldn't be so lucrative.
You have a better understanding of why they do this now?
One of the men admitted to having drugs with him.
Do I have meth in here? I see the needles. Okay, the meth is in there. I see a baggie. Okay.
But he might have some like heavy, like F1 weight of narcotics in there.
What'd you come here for tonight, sir?
Oh, you know, this and that, this and that.
You have any regrets?
Super.
Of course, that particular situation is more complicated than the others because of the drugs. On the surface, most of this might look as simple as someone looking for a good time, a victimless crime even.
We've proven that there's always a victim. Whether someone says that, oh, this girl, she wants to be out here doing this. Well, does she want to be out there doing it, or is she doing it because she has to be out there doing it?
Many times the answer to that last question is yes.
Now, all of those men have pleaded not guilty to engaging in prostitution. Their cases are ongoing. Tomorrow night, we're going to show you the other side of this, the pursuits of the women involved in this underground world and the quest to get them help. Live tonight in Cleveland, Jim Nelson, 19 News.